All right, let's get into this. For generations, we've kind of been sold this one idea for love and marriage. Two people become one. But what if that old script is, well, seriously due for a rewrite? Today, we're going to explore a really fresh modern take on partnership that's connecting with so many people, a philosophy that actually celebrates individuality inside a committed relationship. Oh, man. We have all been there, right? You're at the family gathering, your aunt corners you, and then comes that inevitable question. This quote from host Shin Dong-yup just hits the nail on the head. It's this pressure that's so deep in our culture, it feels like it's served up right alongside the turkey. But it's that exact pressure that actually sets the stage for a totally new way of looking at things. So on this popular talk show, actress Ji-hyo was discussing this very topic with her co-star. But instead of giving, the usual polite answer, she laid out this whole philosophy on love that was so clear, so modern, and so refreshingly honest that it just blew up online. And this is where we get to the heart of it all, what she calls the shared intersection. It's such a cool idea because it directly challenges that old-school model of romance where two lives are supposed to just completely melt into one. So let's break down what that actually looks like. What's so interesting is where her philosophy begins. And it doesn't start with romance, which is what you'd expect, right? No, it starts with self-awareness. She basically says, look, I've built a life. I have my habits, my peace, my routine. For her, a partnership can't come at the expense of the life she already has. So, and this is the crucial part, this isn't about her trying to avoid commitment or being selfish. It's about setting the ground rules for a healthy, sustainable relationship. The foundation isn't about sacrificing who you are, it's about mutual respect for each other's individual worlds. The relationship has to fit into her life, not completely blow it up. And boom, there it is, the direct challenge to the classic fairy tale romance. This idea that you have to give up huge parts of yourself, or that your partner's life has to become your entire life. That's what she's pushing back on. Instead, she's offering up a different model, one that actually allows for both deep connection and personal freedom. This is the perfect way to picture it. Think of a Venn diagram with two circles. Each circle is a complete person. You have your own friends, your own hobbies, your own routines. You are whole on your own. Now, the relationship isn't the two circles mushing together into one big, undefined shape. No, the relationship is that overlapping space in the middle. That's the shared intersection. It's where your values line up, where you love spending time together, and where you support each other. You pour into that shared space, but you never, ever lose your own distinct circle. But, a good idea always has a counterpoint, right? Not everyone sees relationships this way. And to really get why her idea is so powerful, we have to look at the other side of the coin, the more traditional view that a lot of people still hold. Her co-star, Kim Byung-chol, brought up this really important question. Is it even realistic to expect a new partner to fit perfectly into your life without causing any disruptions? Can two people truly connect without some friction, some discomfort, and in the end, some pretty big changes? And here's that classic viewpoint, put perfectly. Kim is basically saying that change isn't a bug in the system of a relationship, it's a feature. It's just a natural, unavoidable part of letting someone new and important into your life. For him, when you accept a person, you're also signing up for the changes and the discomfort that might come with them. Okay, so let's really break this down. On one side, you've got Song Ji-hyo's model. You gotta preserve who you are at your core. The relationship works as long as that shared intersection is healthy and doesn't mess up the rest of your life. Then on the other side, you have Kim Byung-chol's view. You have to embrace change. The partnership is about accepting the person, which means accepting all the ways they're gonna change your world. It's alignment versus adaptation. So philosophy is one thing, but how does this stuff actually play out in real life? Well, this is where it gets really fun. Song Ji-hyo decided to put Kim's philosophy to the test with a very real and pretty funny hypothetical scenario. Yeah, she wasn't just going to let his point stand without a little playful pushback. She came up with this perfect test case designed to see just how far his embrace the change idea would go. This is where we move from theory to the nitty-gritty, everyday stuff of being a couple. All right. Picture this. Your partner is amazing. cooks for you, packs your lunch, just super caring. But she's a terrible sleeper. We're talking tossing, turning, maybe snoring, the whole deal. And it's messing up your sleep, which is a huge part of your own routine. So what do you do? So his first answer is actually a pretty smart compromise. He's trying to get the best of both worlds. He gets that closeness before bed, but then he protects his own need for a good night's sleep. And in a way, he's kind of creating his own little shared intersection there, isn't he? But wait, she's not done with him yet. She raises the stakes. Okay, your compromise isn't enough. Your partner's emotional need is to have you right there next to her when she wakes up in the morning. So now his practical solution is in direct conflict with her emotional need. Something's got to give. And his final answer, which got a huge laugh from everyone, is to just give in. He basically says he'll completely adapt his own sleep schedule to meet her needs. And this just perfectly shows that constant negotiation and push and pull that his philosophy of embracing change really demands. So what does this whole back and forth really tell us? Well, it reveals a pretty big shift in how we're starting to think about commitment, about partnership, and about what a successful relationship even looks like in this day and age. And you have to remember, Ji-hyo is 44 years old. Her perspective isn't coming from some naive, youthful idea of love. It's born from real-life experience, maturity, and a deep understanding of who she is and what she needs to be happy. This isn't a rejection of love. It's a much more refined, self-aware definition of it. And that's exactly why this idea went viral. I mean, first, it puts your own happiness and well-being front and center. It suggests a healthy relationship should add to your life, not take away from it. It's also super realistic for adults who already have careers and full lives. Plus, it pushes back against that old, outdated idea that you're somehow incomplete until you find someone. And finally, it redefines commitment not as a merger, but as a conscious choice you make every day to share that overlapping space. And really, that's the key takeaway here. This whole shared intersection idea isn't cynical or anti-love. Not at all. It is fundamentally pro-self. The argument is that the strongest, happiest, most lasting relationships are built not by two halves trying to make a whole, but by two whole individuals who choose to bring their worlds together. So, that leaves us with one last question to chew on. In a world where individuality is more and more important, could this model of keeping your own full life while sharing a deep, meaningful connection be the new normal? Is the shared intersection the actual future of partnership? Definitely something worth thinking about.